The guiding light of my performance will be the eternal light of pure knowledge, natural law, the will of God. The constitution of my administration will be the constitution of the universe, the intelligence of nature that administers the infinite diversity of the universe with perfect order and is naturally applicable for life on earth. My administration will be through natural law, which is always evolutionary to everything and everyone. The total knowledge of natural law, the Ved and Vedic literature, is the constitution of the universe. The Ved and Vedic literature will therefore be the constitution of my administration of the global country of world peace. My administration will center around one word, knowledge, which means Veda. This is because Ved, the constitution of the universe, the administering intelligence of natural law. Ved is the administering intelligence of natural law. The total theme of Vedic administration is contained in the Vedic literature. In one word, the first word of Rig Veda, which sequentially expands into the first Richa, the first Sukta, the first Mandal, and finally into the 10 Mandals of Rig Veda, which are further sequentially elaborated in Samaved, Yajurved, Atharvaved, Shiksha, Kalp, Vyakaran, Nirukt, Chand, Jyotish, Nyaya, Vaisheshik, Samkhya, Yoga, Karma Mimamsa, Vedant, Gandharva Ved, Dhanur Ved, Sthapatya Ved, Harit Samhita, Bhel Samhita, Kashyap Samhita, Charak Samhita, Sushrut Samhita, Vagbhat Samhita, Madhavnitan Samhita, Sharangdhar Samhita, Bhav Prakash Samhita, Upanishad, Aranyak, Brahmana, Itihas, Puran, Smriti, Rig Ved Pratishakya, Shukla Yajur Ved Pratishakya, Atharva Ved Pratishakya, Atharva Ved Pratishakya Chatur Adhyayi, Krishna Yajur Ved Pratishakya, Taittiriya, Samaved Pratishakya, Pushpa Sutram. These 40 sequentially elaborated values of the Vedic literature together form the total constitution of the universe. I must emphasize on the perfection of the sequential elaboration of this Vedic literature, which expresses the constitution of the universe from its point value to its unbounded value in the ever-expanding universe. This constitution of the universe is in the form of Vedavani, the vibrations of Vedic sound, the reverberating intelligence of the laws of nature, which then sequentially and yet simultaneously evolve into the physiology of the individual and the universe. The constitution of the universe is so complete, one can only marvel at its sequential evolution. The evolution of the laws of nature from their most concentrated state at the intelligence of the point value of creation, unified wholeness, expressing itself in the ever-expanding reality of the physical universe. It is easy to conceive of this knowledge of the constitution of the universe in terms of its pulsating nature. From unified wholeness, the silent abstract field of the constitution of the universe pulsates as Vedavani. The vibrations of Vedic sound reverberating structures of sound, consolidating as waves that appear as structures of form in the manifest universe. Ultimately, what we find is the pulsating universe, far expanding and deeply contracting, diversifying and unifying. This pulsating phenomenon is a phenomenon of consciousness, self-referral consciousness, which is at the basis of all process of creation and evolution. The theme of evolution is available in the structure of the Ved. Total natural law sequentially unfolds and expresses itself as the total universe. So the theme of evolution is actually available in the structure of the Ved. The total natural law concentrated in the first syllable of Rig Ved sequentially expands into 40 values of the Ved and Vedic literature and their divisions and subdivisions. Totality is available at every level of evolution. A special thing to note is that total natural law functions at every level of evolution. And that is why my administration will use the theme of natural law, where total natural law is available to every level of evolution. The constitution of the universe, natural law, has been sung in the melodious mother tongues of all countries and in the exalted expression of the sacred literatures of different religions that continue to echo age after age, sanctifying our world through the precious knowledge of the divine will of God. My administration will be through education. In my global country of world peace, complete education will be made available to everyone. Firstly, basically on the ground of the unmanifest field of consciousness, so that the physiology of everyone and his inner field of consciousness are fully harmonized, and every individual is fully integrated. Society is fully integrated, and the world as a whole is fully integrated with the cosmos around it. Integration will characterize my administration through education. Integrated individuals, societies, and nations will be created in my global country of world peace through Vedic education, Vedic healthcare, Vedic defense, Vedic administration, Vedic agriculture, Vedic law, justice, and rehabilitation, Vedic management, Vedic industry, Vedic architecture, etc. It will be my joy to establish automation in administration through proper education, total education of natural law, in order that everyone develops his full cosmic potential to live life without mistakes. An educated man in my global country of world peace will have complete theoretical and practical knowledge of himself, his self-referral Atma, the structures of consciousness in terms of speech, action, and behavior, so that he is a complete man, awake in his full creative potential, an individual with cosmic dimensions, a man who will spontaneously escalate his field of Atma into the blossoming of the waves of Ved, and spontaneously put the evolutionary influence of Ved to practice, driving his passage of evolution without steps, escalating forward, on and on, in a smooth manner. Proper education means total education, to spontaneously maintain the liveliness of unity in diversity, and diversity in unity, in practical daily life. That means the essential knowledge of the physical sciences and the sciences of consciousness. Vedic education will develop a perfect man who will always use his total brain potential, and will not make mistakes in view of the evolutionary nature of natural law that governs the universe with perfect order. In his naturally fully developed consciousness or intelligence, realizing the universe in terms of himself in every way, in his every thought, speech, action, and behavior, the fully developed, perfect individual will spontaneously behave from this level, his level of enlightenment, living and displaying unity in diversity and diversity in unity in a very spontaneous manner. The demonstration of a full human potential, which is cosmic. A fully developed individual in my sovereign domain of the global country of world peace will be a mature citizen of world peace and will play a universal role in daily life. He will spontaneously harness the total organizing power of natural law to fulfill all his desires. He will be a citizen of this peaceful global country of world peace. The constitution of the universe is the original language of the Ved, the eternal language of nature. And we have rightfully received it from the enlightened masters of the eternal oral tradition, the tradition of Vedic masters.
नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् शङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मा पादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं दोलकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः यद्वारे निखिलानि लिम्पपरिषत् सिद्धिं विधत्ते निशम् श्रीमच्छ्रीलसितं जगद्गुरुपदं नत्वात्मतृप्तिं गता लोकाज्ञानपयोदपाटनधुरं श्रीशङ्करं शर्मदम् ब्रह्मानन्द सरस्वती
With this recitation of the names of the Vedic tradition, we feel to announce, we are inspired to announce the structure of the global government of the global country of world peace. My administration of the global country of world peace will be an integrated administration. There will be 40 ministers and certainly many deputy ministers of each ministry, but they will all be tied down to a common source and the one-syllable, compactified value of the cosmic constitution of the universe in the first word of Rig Veda, which expresses unity in the infinite diversity of the whole creation. The constitution of the universe is my strength, on the basis of which my global administration will be able to offer perfection in life to every individual in the world. Through my policies of Vedic education, all the nations of the world will enjoy automation in administration. World peace will be perpetual, in spite of differences in the political and economic levels of the national constitutions of all countries. The global country of world peace that we have established will truly be the guiding light of perfection, commencing now on the profound scientific basis of total natural law, the will of God. Every ministry of my global country of world peace will be upheld by the total constitution of the universe, 40 values of the Vedic literature. Even so, each ministry will be specially highlighted by one of the 40 aspects of the Vedic literature. I have great delight in announcing the 40 ministries of my administration of the global country of world peace. The first ministry, the Ministry of Natural Law, will be upheld by the holistic, dynamic silence quality of Rig Veda. The Ministry of Science, the second ministry, will be upheld by the flowing wakefulness, flowing quality of Samaveda. The Ministry of Technology will be upheld by the offering and creating quality of Yajurveda. The Ministry of International Relations will be upheld by the reverberating wholeness, reverberating quality of Atharva Veda. The Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education will be upheld by the expressing quality of Shiksha. The Ministry of Higher Education will be upheld by the transforming quality of Kal. The Ministry of Expansion will be upheld by the expanding quality of Vyakaran. The Ministry of Home Affairs will be upheld by the self-referral quality of Nirukt. The Ministry of Finance will be upheld by the measuring and quantifying quality of Chand. The Ministry of Environment will be upheld by the all-knowing quality of Jyotish. The Ministry of Justice will be upheld by the distinguishing and deciding quality of Nyaya. The Ministry of Natural Resources will be upheld by the specifying quality of Vaisheshik. The Ministry of Global Currency will be upheld by the enumerating quality of Samkhya. The Ministry of TMCD program will be upheld by the unifying quality of Yoga. The Ministry of Research will be upheld by the analyzing quality of Karma Mimamsa. The Ministry of Religious Affairs will be upheld by the lively absolute living wholeness, I-ness, being, quality of Vedanta. The ministry of celebration will be upheld by the integrating and harmonizing quality of Gandharva Ved. The ministry of defense will be upheld by the invincible and progressive quality of Dhanur Ved. The ministry of world reconstruction will be upheld by the establishing quality of Sthapatya Ved. The ministry of agriculture will be upheld by the nourishing quality of Harit Samhita. The ministry of mother tongue will be upheld by the differentiating quality of Bhel Samhita. The ministry of cultural integrity will be upheld by the equivalency quality of Kashyap Samhita. The ministry of health products will be upheld by the balancing, holding together, and supporting quality of Charak Samhita. The ministry of health clinics will be upheld by the separating quality of Sushrut Samhita. The ministry of Vedic sounds and Vedic vibration technology will be upheld by the communication and eloquence quality of Vagbhat Samhita. The ministry of health education will be upheld by the diagnosing quality of Madhav Nidan Samhita. The ministry of industry will be upheld by the synthesizing quality of Sharangdhar Samhita. The ministry of Maharshi's Vedic science will be upheld by the enlightening quality of Bhav Prakash Samhita. The ministry of transcendental meditation will be upheld by the transcending quality of Upanishad. The ministry of commerce will be upheld by the steering quality of Aranyak. The ministry of Yagya will be upheld by the structuring quality of Brahmana. The ministry of economic affairs will be upheld by the blossoming of totality quality of Itihas. The ministry of world heritage will be upheld by the ancient and eternal quality of Puran. The ministry of computer and electronic technology will be upheld by the memory quality of Smriti. The ministry of creating coherence will be upheld by the all-pervading wholeness quality of Rig Ved Pratishakya. The ministry of information and press will be upheld by the silencing, sharing, and spreading quality of Shukla Yajurved Pratishakya. The ministry of energy will be upheld by the unfolding quality of Atharva Ved Pratishakya. The ministry of renewable energy will be upheld by the dissolving quality of Atharva Ved Pratishakya Chatur Adhyayi. The ministry of telecommunications will be upheld by the omnipresent quality of Krishna Yajurved Pratishakya Taittiriya. The ministry of world harmony will be upheld by the unmanifesting the parts but manifesting the whole quality of Samaved Pratishakya, Pushpa Sutra. A special feature of my administration of natural law through the constitution of the universe will be to support all the national constitutions of our dear world. It gives me a great delight to proclaim that the constitution of the global country of world peace will always be nourishing to the national constitution of all countries. Under the reign of natural law, our dear world will be free from suffering and fear. Everyone will rejoice in health, wealth, and happiness. Our diversified world of today will be a unified world for every tomorrow in the long corridor of time. I fondly invite all the honorable heads of state to soon declare their country as a country of world peace. In my global country of world peace, all the good will belong to all the people in the world. All the rulers will be supported by the invincible power of natural law. In my global country of world peace, every nation will enjoy freedom and invincibility and their royal sovereignty, and every flag will share the dignity of every other flag. My announcement of the global country of world peace will not be complete without the expression of my feelings of gratitude and devotion to His Holiness Maharshi Mahesh Yogi, who embodies the great holy tradition of masters. Maharshi, the greatest scientist of the scientific age, has brought to light the total knowledge of natural law, the Ved, for the fulfillment of all physical sciences. Maharshi's contribution to the creation of world peace is unprecedented in the world of all times. There has never been, and there could never be, a greater ruling intelligence than the one that is available in the world today in the form of Maharshi, who is making life on earth heavenly and who is making heaven on earth a reality. Maharshi in the world today is a quiet guardian of all nations. Through his brilliance in the field of knowledge and administration, every government now has the opportunity to actualize the supreme purpose of government. It is a delight to express that Maharshi's loving guidance has given me the confidence to establish the administration of natural law in Maharshi's global country of world peace. Jai Gurudev.
Vishwa Prashasak Naider Raam has stepped onto the glorious tradition of rulership in the line of the great universal ruler Raam, under whose ideal enlightened rulership, peace, happiness, prosperity, and fulfillment belong to everyone. Hail to the eternal rulership of natural law. Hail to the sovereignty of this eternal rulership, and for the revival, promotion, and preservation of this divine rulership, glory to the administration of Naider Raam, administration through natural law, the will of God. with the unfoldment of natural law in the global country of world peace, embodied in Vishwa Prashasak Naider Raam through the auspicious performance of Rajyabhishek, the structure of the cabinet has evolved to embrace the total structure and function of natural law as found in the 40 aspects of the Veda and Vedic literature. And therefore we will have 40 ministries corresponding to the 40 aspects of the Veda, and each ministry in turn will be supported by the 40 aspects of the Veda and Vedic literature. Each ministry will function on 5 levels. The first level will be the global level of the ministry, and then we will also have ministers on the continental level. On each of the 6 continents, we will have the same group of 40 ministers. The next level is the level of the existing countries. We will have the ministries on the level of the national units of administration of the global country of world peace. The fourth level will be the level of the state or province. In each of the administrative units, in each of the existing countries of the global country of world peace, we will also have the full set of 40 ministers. And finally, in all cities and towns, we will have the full set of 40 ministries for the whole world to be fully integrated in this global administration through natural law. We would like everyone in Maharshi's worldwide movement to have an opportunity to nominate, to propose who should be the ministers, and these deputy ministers we can consider in all these 4 levels to be deputy ministers of all the 40 ministers. We can count that if we will have 6 deputy ministers for each of the 6 continents, and then 150 deputy ministers on the national level, if we count 150 existing countries. And if we were to calculate that one country has 10 provinces or states, then 1,500 deputy ministers on the state level. And if we were to consider 10 major towns or cities per state or province, then we get 15 deputies at the level of the city or the town. So in this calculation, we find that each minister has 16 or 17,000 deputies. And all the 40 ministers together have 600 to 700,000 administrators of the global country of world peace. This structure will continue to unfold as the full enlivenment of natural law is achieved through the global country, throughout the global country of world peace. And we would like everyone to be able to suggest a minister or several ministers, deputy minister, whether on the continental level, national level, state level, city level. Think each one yourselves and offer, because everyone has been functioning in Maharshi's worldwide movement, and everybody knows everyone else, everyone's ability, everyone's influence, everyone's recognition, and so on. So you can go ahead and suggest. And everyone knows the 40 aspects of the Veda and Vedic literature. So from that point of view, you can also suggest whether you would like to be associated with Jyotish or Gandharva Ved or Upanishads or with any of the other 40 ministries. You can do it from today and over the next few days. Think and propose yourself or someone else that you know. You can offer the names of your friends, even if you haven't consulted them. You can go ahead and offer them. And you can email, you can send your proposal in different ways. One way will be, for all of those who are present in this hall, will be to simply fill out a paper and hand it over. And for those who are not present in this hall, we would request that you email your proposal to the following email address: globalcountry, one word, globalcountry@maharshi.net. Globalcountry, one word, @maharshi.net. Or even more ideal, you can fill out a form at a website that has been set up, which will collect your information in a very orderly manner, in a very systematic manner. So for all those of you who have access to the internet, even those who are present in the hall today, we would ask you to go to www.globalcountry.org, www.globalcountry.org, and fill out a form that in very systematic steps in very systematic steps will request you the information that you need. There is also another position in all the countries of the world that I haven't mentioned, that is the position of ambassador of the global country of world peace. In addition to the deputy ministers, each national unit of administration, that is, each of the existing countries of the world, will have an ambassador of the global country of world peace. And the role of the ambassador will be to create a relationship between the national government and the global government, between the national government and the global country of world peace. For example, the ambassador would bring to his country the value, the necessity, the beauty of that country proclaiming itself to be a country of world peace. That will be one of the roles of the ambassador. A second role will be to implement Maharshi's program to eliminate poverty in the world, the poverty removal program that you have heard before described, to utilize all the unutilized agricultural lands that lie in almost every country, but particularly in 33 developing countries of the world. There is abundant agricultural land which can produce healthy, nourishing food for the developed countries, while at the same time bring those developing countries and every poor person in the world out of their state of poverty. So together with the Deputy Minister of Agriculture in their national level, in their provincial level, in their city level, the ambassador will be implementing the poverty removal program. Another aspect of the activity of the ambassador would be to ensure the presence of our University of World Peace, Maharshi University of World Peace, in that locality, to support the growth of all aspects of natural law simultaneously for all the population on their own level. So we want to have 150 ambassadors, if we count 150 countries, of the global country in every country. And these ambassadors will in turn create assemblies or beautiful concerts in different ways. They will be informing the ambassadors of every other country in their own administrative unit of the global country of world peace. They will be meeting all the ambassadors of different countries and to inform them of this beautiful possibility that they have to step on to becoming a country of world peace. And one interesting and important point to underline is that these ambassadors could be selected from well-to-do families in that country. A good businessman or lawyer, doctors, teachers, good professors, they will be appointed in their own countries as ambassadors so that they may implement all these different fields of activity with ease and comfort and effectively. The ministers of the global country of world peace will hold courses to educate the ambassadors and the deputy ministers. And these courses will be held by video conference and by satellite in each continent, so that the training would be as economical as possible, and we can gather 100 or at least 100 in each of the locations and hold these short courses. Everybody is aware of all the knowledge of Maharshi's worldwide movement, and it will be formalized now through short lessons and beautiful charts so that all the knowledge is systematically available and presented, and all the positions, all those filling the positions needed for the global country of world peace are properly trained. So, to repeat, we can say that we will have 5 levels: the ministers of the global country of world peace, and then the deputy ministers will be on the 4 subsequent levels of the continent, the country, the province, and the city. And all these different levels will have the full representation of the 40 ministries, so that all the population of the world is handled every moment, every hour, every day, simultaneously by all these ministries of the global country of world peace. This is the purpose of the ministries, to attend to all aspects of the life of the population simultaneously, every moment, every hour, every day, throughout the world, on every level of administration. And we would like everyone in Maharshi's movement to nominate, to propose who should be the ministers and deputy ministers of all the 40 ministries. And in order to do this, you can go to the internet, the website www. We may see on the screen also, globalcountry.org, www.globalcountry.org, or send by email to globalcountry@maharshi.net. I'm also very happy to announce the addresses of the administrative centers of the global country of world peace for all 6 continents. And in India, we have at Maharshi Nagar we may see also on the screen, Noida Dadri Road, Gautam Buddha Nagar, UP 201304, India. And we will keep having on screen the different addresses for the 6 administrative centers. And also we will have with it a telephone, an email address, and a fax in most cases. And where we don't have that, it will be announced soon. In Asia, we also have an administrative center of the global country of world peace in Japan. Here we have on the screen, if we can see the Japan Administrative Center as I read it, then we will see that it's at the Spiritual Center of Japan, Maharishi Research Institute, 2263-3, Kiwanohata, Kuroiso City, Tochigi Ken, 325-0116, Japan. And on the screen you also see a telephone number, 81-287-68-1103, and also ending in 7111 and 7130, and the fax number 81-287-68-1099. And the email is globalcountryjapan@maharishi.net. And all inquiries should be addressed to the corresponding area of the world where we have these administrative centers. So I'll continue now. For Africa, the administrative center for the continent of Africa is Post Office Box 3376, Rivonia, Sant Ton, Republic of South Africa. And on the screen you see a telephone number 2711-803-7089, as well as a fax number 2711-807-7338. And the email is globalcountryafrica@maharishi.net. The administrative center for the continent of Australasia is Maharishi Vedic College, Post Office Box 81, Bandura, Victoria 3083, Australia, and the telephone is 6141-464-0891. The fax number is 613-9467-5200. And the email is globalcountryaustralia@maharishi.net. And for Europe, we have 2 administrative centers. One is in the Netherlands, Station 24, 6063 NP Vlodrop, the Netherlands, with the fax number 31-47553-5575. And the email is globalcountrynetherlands@maharishi.net. The other administrative center for Europe is in Switzerland, Postfach 43, 6377 Salisbury, Switzerland, and the telephone is 41-41825-1500. The fax is 41-41825-1510. The email address is globalcountryswitzerland@maharishi.net. For North America, the address is at the Spiritual Center of America, 225 Whispering Hills Road, Suite 1000, Boone, North Carolina, 28607, USA. You can communicate also by fax at 1-828-263-9318 and by email at globalcountrynorthamerica@maharshi.net. And finally, for South America, the administrative center on the continental level is at the World Trade Center, Avenue das Nações Unidas, 1255117. The floor is 17. Sao Paulo, SP CEP 04578-903. And the correct fax number is 5511-3043-7979. The email address is globalcountrysouth.america@maharshi.net. So it's a joy to have the location of the 6 continental administrative centers, or they are actually 8 for the 6 continents of the global country of world peace. And the email for India is globalcountryindia@maharshi.net. The email for India is globalcountryindia@maharshi.net. Once again, we can review the structure of the administration of the global country of world peace. The structure of the cabinet of Vishwa Prashasak Naider Raam has expanded over these days of performance, successful performance of Rajya, Abhishek, and all the recitations of the Vedic Pandits. It has expanded to embrace the full 40 aspects in an expressed manner, the full 40 aspects of the Ved and Vedic literature, of natural law as found in the Ved and Vedic literature. And so we will have 40 ministers and their representatives, their deputy ministers, on the level of each continent, on the level of each existing country within the global country of world peace, on the level of each province, and on the level of each city within that province or state in each country. So hundreds of thousands of people will become the administrators of this rulership of natural law in a very effective, practical way, very quickly. And for this, we're inviting you to propose yourselves, to propose anybody you know you would like to propose for any position at any of these levels. You may indicate whether you would like to propose them for the global level, for the continental level, for the level of the country, for the level of the state, for the level of the city. You may propose more than one person, of course. You may propose yourself very freely. There may be some who are a little shy to come to the front, but you know that they have the ability and the status and the recognition. So do them that service and propose them for the global country of world peace. And you can say also for which ministry, which will be listed soon in that website that was announced, www.globalcountry.org. That is .org. In that website, you can comfortably follow a few steps to systematically give the information, and a database will be created. You can also send it by email to globalcountry@maharshi.net, and all inquiries for different aspects of the global country of world peace should be addressed to the 8 addresses in the 6 continents that was read and mentioned a moment ago, and which will also be available on that website for your easy access. We also mentioned that there will be, in addition to the deputy ministers, there will be an ambassador of the global country of world peace in each of the existing units of administration, existing countries, existing units of administration within the global country of world peace. And these ambassadors will be responsible for creating a relationship between the national government and the global government. That will be their first and foremost joy, and that will be through achieving the proclamation of their country where they live today, before, or where they were living before they lived in the global country of world peace. That country to proclaim itself to be a country of world peace, the implementation of the poverty removal program, the presence of the University of World Peace, and they will embody, these ambassadors will be the embodiment of the cosmic constitution, which is the constitution of the global government, the total knowledge of natural law, the Ved, will offer the support to the national constitution. They will offer to their local government this cosmic constitution, the constitution of the universe, to support the national constitution. And the ambassadors will create assemblies to inform ambassadors. They will hold banquets and music concerts and different levels of invitation to the members of the government and ambassadors accredited in their administrative unit of the global country of world peace, for them all to know through the ambassador in that particular unit that their country can become a country of world peace. And we recommended that these ambassadors be selected from well-to-do families in that country, good businessmen, lawyers, doctors, teachers, professors, to be appointed in their own countries as ambassadors so that they may carry out their joyful activity of connecting the global government with the national government in a very effective manner, at ease, and with great achievements. This evening, before I announce about this evening, I would like to again repeat that all the deputy ministers will be, and the ambassadors will be trained by the ministers of the illustrious cabinet of Vishwa Prashasak Naider Raam, for them to have available in a few lessons through video conference in assemblies held in 1 or 2 locations in each continent, in very big continents like Africa and South America, Asia. There would be at least two locations. And in these places, by video conference, all the different deputy ministers and ambassadors will be able to come and be trained in a short period of time, because everybody is very familiar already with all the knowledge of Maharshi's worldwide movement, that it will be a joy to receive it in a systematic manner in the context of this new global country of world peace. I would also like to say that although we want to go into a lot of consideration for each individual country, individual units of the global country of world peace. So all those of you who may extend your stay should please do so that we may have a chance to go into that consideration of the individual countries. We should dedicate some time to have a few notes from Maharshi Gandharva Ved on this beautiful occasion when King Naider Raam has read the theme, the quality, and the structure of his government, which has reinstated the eternal government of nature for unity to nourish diversity everywhere for all times. Glory to Naider Rama, peace, perpetual peace to the global country of world peace. Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev. I am going to present Rag Tilong. It's a beautiful rag, and India also it's a very popular devotional rag. So it's my great pleasure, great joy to present this rag for this auspicious ceremony. Jai Gurudev. Jai Guru. Thank you. Thank you. Shall we-
Many thanks to Binoy Krishna Baral on the flute and Saurabh Bose on the tabla. This evening's assembly will start at 9 o'clock. And to salute this great, extraordinary occasion of the proclamation of the theme, quality, and structure of the government of the global country of world peace by Vishwa Prashasak Naider Rama, we will have the marching bands play their tunes in preparation for the departure of the royal procession this afternoon. Jai Gurudev.
हल्का सा बेस देना। दिस इज होली, ये होली का है कह रहे हैं पंडित जी, होली में आधारित है ये जो बजा रहे हैं प्लीज।